Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Going to be giving you a preview for the Crystal Palace versus Manchester United game. It's Wednesday the 18th of January. It's an 8 o'clock kickoff and it's at Selhurst Park. This game got rearranged. Manchester United were supposed to be playing Crystal Palace last year, but the game got postponed following the death of Queen Elizabeth. Crystal Palace, they've got the likes of Jordan Ayew, Wilfried Zaha. Wilfried Zaha is a former Manchester United player. You know, the reason we got rid of Wilfried Zaha, because he didn't get in the team much. He was actually Alex Ferguson's last signing before he retired. Michael Olise, he's an attacking player for Crystal Palace. Jeffrey Schlupp, Luka Milivojevic, Will Hughes, Chris Richards. Crystal Palace signed him from Bayern Munich. Nathan Ferguson, he's out with injury at the moment. They got another player injured as well. That's James McArthur. Joel Ward, he's a defender. James Tompkins, he's a defender. Palace have Jotim Anderson. Nathaniel Klein. Nathaniel Klein is a former Liverpool and Southampton player. So they are quite a few of the players that Crystal Palace do have. Goalkeeper, they've got Sam Johnstone. He's a former Man United goalkeeper, and they've got another goalkeeper as well, but I can't pronounce his name. Let me put into the equation that Crystal Palace have lost players. They lost Jack Butland to Manchester United earlier on in this window. Man United got Jack Butland on loan until the end of the season. The reason we brought Jack Butland in is because not so long ago, Martin Dubravka's loan got terminated. And he's second choice to De Gea. Back in 2019, Crystal Palace lost Aaron Wan-Bissaka to Man United. So yeah, Man United have done transfer business with Palace before. Crystal Palace, don't forget, lost Christian Benteke to DC United. Robert Street left them. He went to Shrewsbury. They lost Andros Townsend quite a few years ago. Martin Kelly, of course, left them. So they are quite a lot of the players that Crystal Palace have lost. The Crystal Palace manager is Patrick Vieira. He got appointed in as the Crystal Palace manager back in July 2021. So he has been the Palace manager for over a year. Patrick Vieira is under contract with Crystal Palace until 2024. Before Palace, Vieira managed Nice in France, before managed New York City, and before managed Man City's under-19s. Before Crystal Palace had Roy Hodgson. He left, was it a couple of years ago now? When Roy Hodgson left Palace, he went to become the Watford manager. Crystal Palace lost recently to Chelsea 1-0 at Stamford Bridge. Manchester United lost to Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park in the final game of last season. Man United did beat Crystal Palace 3-1 though at Old Trafford. Manchester United are coming into this game on the back of a 2-1 win against Manchester City at Old Trafford. Reflecting on that win against Man City, it put Man United just 1 point behind City. We did go third. Newcastle are now obviously gone back third because they beat Fulham 1-0. Man United have won their last 9 games in all competitions, and Man United have only lost 1 of the last 19 in all competitions, so we are in very good form at the moment. The goals in the game against City, we saw Bruno Fernandes score. Well, he equalised for Manchester United. There was a lot of people saying that Marcus Rashford was offside in the build-up to the Fernandes equaliser. Rashford did not touch the ball. He was in offside position, but he did interfere with play. So, realistically, the goal shouldn't have stood, but, like I said, I wasn't going to complain. VAR check cleared Marcus Rashford for being in an offside position. Marcus Rashford scored the winner for Manchester United against Man City. Marcus Rashford has now scored in 9 Old Trafford games in a row. He scored in 7 successive games and he took his tally to 16 for the season. Don't forget, Rashford came off the bench late and scored twice in the cup game against Charlton. Erik ten Hag is backing Marcus Rashford to keep scoring. Rashford did pick up an injury against City, managed to stay on right until the end, and then obviously he went off in stoppage time. But he should be available for this game against Palace. Manchester City's goal came from Jack Grealish. He headed City in front on the hour mark. The goal came from a Kevin De Bruyne cross. So Manchester United obviously had to come from behind in the game. It was good to see Man United get revenge on City because we lost 6-3 to Man City at the Etihad earlier on this season. And we lost to City 2-0 at Old Trafford last season. Erik ten Hag, did mention quite a few things after the win against City. He did say that Man United are not dreaming of a Premier League title. And he mentioned that all the players were brilliant against City. And Erik ten Hag did suggest that Man United's transfer business is done after signing Wout Weghorst on loan. Wout Weghorst could be making his debut against Crystal Palace. Couldn't make his debut against City because he didn't make it in time. So there are quite a few of the things Erik ten Hag mentioned. Man United have got players missing. Anthony Martial, now he picked up an injury against City. He had to come off. He had to be replaced by Anthony. Martial's been hampered with injuries this season, but we don't know if he's going to be available for the game against Crystal Palace. I presume Erik ten Hag will provide an update. Rashford should be okay. Delors is injured. He came off injured against Charlton. He had an injury before then as well for a while. Sancho hasn't played for a while due to lack of fitness. And Tuanzebe, he's still injured, but, he doesn't get in the team anyway. And Donny van de Beek, he's out for the rest of the season with a knee injury. Ten Hag confirmed that prior to the game against Man City. But, you know, Man United are looking to make it 10 wins in a row in all competitions. You know, Man United have got a massive game this Sunday away to Arsenal at the Emirates. So far, in this January transfer window, Erik ten Hag has made 2 signings. Brought Wout Weghorst in on loan until the end of the season. Besiktas have received a compensation fee of 2.5 million. Wout Weghorst's shirt number was recently confirmed. He's wearing the number 27 shirt, and he recently trained with Man United for the first time. And Ten Hag, of course, brought Jack Butland in on loan until the end of the season. Revert back to last summer, Ten Hag brought the likes of Tyrell Malacia in, Christian Eriksen, Martinez, Casemiro, Ante and Dubravka. So far, Ten Hag has spent over 200 million as Manchester United manager. Let me put into the equation as well, he's let players go. You know, look at last year, who left. You know, Ronaldo got sacked, he's now in Al Nassr. Well, in Saudi Arabia, playing for Al Nassr, should I say. Cavani and Mata left on free transfers. Pogba and Matic left on free transfers. Lingard left on a free. Sold Andres Pereira, sold James Garner, loaned Amad Diallo Traore out, loaned Hannibal Mejbra out, loaned Ethan Laird out, loaned Alex Telles out, loaned Eric Bailly out, Dean Henderson went out on loan, Lee Grant left as well last year. So there, a lot of the players that left Man United last year, and certainly this year, Ten Hag will be looking to get rid of more players. You know, Man United have really improved under Erik ten Hag. But the thing that's frustrated me, it's took Man United a good, 7 years to find the correct manager. You know, Erik ten Hag's expectations this season is to get Man United a top 4 finish. We will finish in the top 4 this season. And it'd be good if he could win a trophy as well, because we've not won a domestic trophy since 2017. That's over 5 years ago now. Ten Hag's made it clear that I want to win a trophy, and Man United have got a very good chance of winning the Carabao Cup because Man United are in the semi-finals. And we do play Nottingham Forest. And you know, last year, don't forget, Ten Hag got named Premier League Manager of the Month. Ten Hag, you know, replaced Rangnick last year. He's Man United's 5th permanent manager since Ferguson. Ten Hag, you know, recommended Mitchell van der Gaag and Steve McLaren to Man United. Revert back to when Ten Hag was at Ajax, he did very well. He won like Eredivisie titles, he won Dutch Cups. Revert back to 2019, he guided Ajax to the Champions League semi-finals, and he developed the young players well. But like I said, you know, the Premier League is totally different to the Dutch League. But, you know, this is Ten Hag's first full season, you know, managing in the Premier League. You know, we've got Benny McCarthy at Man United. We've got Mitchell van der Gaag and Steve McLaren, like I said. We got John Murtough and Richard Arnold. Last year, Sir Alex Ferguson came back to Man United in an advisory role. The Glazers still at Man United, but the club should... the Glazers should sell the club by the end of the season. Well, last year it said the club is aimed to be sold by March. There's been talks of takeover bids. Sir Jim Ratcliffe is planning to buy Man United. It all depends on, you know, Champions League qualification, basically. But revert back to the Glazers, you know, on the 30th of December of last year, Avram Glazer was spotted in Doha, which is Qatar, trying to sell Man United. The Glazers want around 8 billion to sell the club. But they have been a massive problem at the club for such a long time. That explains why, you know, United fans have been protesting against the Glazers. They've owned Man United for around 17 years. They purchased the club for around 790 million back in 2005. So there you go. So now guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very soon.